Hi folks, Aaron here. Welcome back to my anime review. Today we're looking at, and I'm going to try to read it off this because I cannot remember for the life of me, but恋はAmeagari noように, or Love is Like After the Rain. By the way, I'm going to make this really simple. I'm going to say Love is Like After the Rain, but I'm going to try my best not to keep messing it up because I've done this review part, like I've actually redo this review several times. I should have made a blooper of it, but by the way, in case you are checking out my Patreon, you see the bloopers and you haven't been seeing any bloopers as of late, I'm bringing those back probably after January. They're coming back. I have enough material that I could make another blooper reel eventually, but I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna do new videos with it, so it'll be a little better. But anyways, you know, I wasn't sure if I wanted to review Love is Like After the Rain. You know, it's done by Studio Wood Studio, and I just said Studio Wood Studio. You get what I mean though. But it's definitely one of those shows that you read and you're wondering how it's going to play out. I mean, in case you guys haven't heard of Love is Like After the Rain, which by the way is a really, really odd title if you keep saying it over and over again. Like, it's one of those weird things, doesn't roll off the tongue correctly to me. But Love is Like After the Rain, it focuses on Akira Tachibana, who is this young girl. She's, and I think her last year of high school, maybe second to last year of high school, she used to be someone who used to run track. She used to be like someone who really saw herself as being a runner. Got an injury and then obviously couldn't run anymore, so she's kind of just settled down to the lifestyle of trying to figure out what she's gonna do next. Right now she works at a family restaurant, and that's where our main premise comes into play because she has fallen in love with someone there, and now it's not a fellow coworker per se or a normal fellow coworker. It's the manager of the place, and the manager is 45 years old. He has a kid, as we find out in this episode, which is, by the way, it was hilarious because she thought for a second he was married. She, like, her love just destroyed for him. She kind of hated him for a second, then found out he was single. You know, she went back to loving him. But yeah, we have a big age gap. I mean, for example, think of it this way: we have Garnet of Words, which I believe that was a huge age gap, but nothing came from that. It was a romance story, but nothing went super creepy to that. Then you have this one, which is, we're talking almost 20-something years of an age gap. I mean, that's a bit nuts. I can't see this working out as a romance. Like, I feel like they're going to get close to each other, but at the same time, we'll never get to the point where they're lovers or anything like that, because in a sense, it's just too much of an age gap. There's, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know there's plenty of stories where you see people married to 20 or 30-year-old people versus them, you know, so like you'll see a 20-year-old married to a 60-year-old, 40-year-old, 50, etc. And yes, you trust me, I've seen it before. It's, I don't want to say it's creepy, it's just a little offish, and that's where the taboo concept comes in, you know. I mean, it's a big age gap, you know, like 10 years is not a big deal, it's that's still pushing it. And then you have that, which is 20 years, and you're like, ooh, okay, maybe that's a little too far. But, you know, it's, from the romance aspect and the comedy aspect of the show, I actually think it might be a good slice of life / romance story that has a little bit of drama here and there, and it's going to be interesting to see where that plays out. What we see already is we already introduced to some of our main characters. We see one of my favorites from the show is Tachibana's friend, who is this, you know, clearly loves her too, but is basically unable to be noticed by her for more than like 10 seconds. One of the running things of the whole episode is that he keeps trying to talk her, you know, try to convince her to do something with him, and she just disappears. Like Batman levels of disappear, where he's just talking to her, moves away for 1 second, and then, oh, she's gone. Which, I love the very end of the episode where that happens. But, you know, we also are introduced to some of the co-workers. They seem like interesting people. I don't really think they're going to be anything super important right now, at least probably several episodes you'll see some, I want to say, stories with them and stuff like that, but I don't right now see them being super important characters, just minor characters. I really feel where our main thing is going to be with, you know, Tachibana and Kondo, who's her manager, by the way. And I'm wondering about that. Like, can a romance story like this work? Because the problem of the day is that, you know, on one hand, you have this possibility of a romance between something that it's cute. It is a cute romance, and I love the fact that Kondo seems to have some feelings, just a little bit of feelings towards Tachibana. We can see that from the fact that he envisioned himself as her boyfriend at the very end, when he thought that that girl, the guy with the spiky hair, was her boyfriend. He saw himself there as him. So it's like there's clearly some feelings here, but at the same time, is it enough to drive the show forward in a romance story? I don't know if that's going to be possible. And I'll be honest with you guys and girls, I'm not sure if I would like that. You know, like, it's going to be one of those things that it could be borderline creepy for some people, and I understand why it could be. But at the same time, it's really cute the way the show handles it. Like, Love is Like After the Rain, it is so cute and adorable the way it does things, and it's only the first episode. I loved how she was so head over heels for this dude, and everything that people would be turned off by the fact that like he sneezes super loud, the fact that he's really cheesy with his corny jokes, and the fact that he's kind of like a mess in some ways, but he's also, you know, he does have a, you know, he knows what he's doing, and he knows how to be a manager. He knows how to be appreciative and kind and stuff like that. You know, we see that already, and it's adorable in the nature of how she reacts to it, but I don't know. Like, I really don't know. And I'll be honest with you, reviewing it is not going to be the easiest thing in the world, because I also don't know if I want to keep doing reviews for it. Because it's like one of those shows that I'll like watching on my side, but doing an episode by episode by episode review for it might not work out very well for me. I mean, like, what will I talk about every week? Well, I'll just go, and it's the same thing I had with the other show I was talking about, Violet Evergarden, which I, by the way, did review. If you want to go check it out, it's on my channel right now. But that's, you know, I'm not trying to plug that in just per se, but it does kind of the point. But, you know, it's something where it's the same kind of concept where, will I be able to keep having material for it? Will there always be enough for me to do long reviews for it, or will I only be able to do like 3-minute reviews for it? You know, I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. So the good about the show is that we already have some great animation. I love the animation. Wit Studio, again, is incredible in their sense. Great opening. I love the opening. Ending's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it. Voice acting is pretty good too. I love the voice actors for the most part. I see some of the other characters being kind of annoying. That's why I said at the beginning, it's like, for the most part. But, you know, the bad thing about the show is that, yes, this is a really taboo subject. You know, some people don't like romance stories that are very outlandish. I mean, the fact that they're 20 years apart is definitely something that might turn some people off, and I completely understand if that's one of your things about it. And it could get old really fast. I mean, like, the concepts might be nice, the sweetness factor might be nice, but will it last, you know? We'll see, though. Anyways, guys and girls, I have an important question for you. Let me know in the comments below. Do you want me to keep reviewing Love is Like After the Rain? I will do that. You know, they'll come out probably around this time every day, every time they release every week on Wednesday, so probably expect like 9, 10 o'clock at night. Also, though, what do you think about the show in general, too? You can let me know that in the comments below as well. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video around. That will help me to know if you guys want me to review this or not. If you don't feel like leaving a comment, because if I don't get a lot of views on it, probably won't review it, to be honest with you, so I won't do episodic reviews for it. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great, blessed night, everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye, everyone.